in that cruiser that has red and blue lights on it.
That's why I called him. I said, you can't do that.
No.
I said, yeah, your car is not illegal vehicle.
I need to go talk to him. Thanks. Hi there.
Yeah.
All right. So you're an actual Cleveland police officer?
No, I'm not with Cleveland PD. I work for Cleveland Watchmen. We're a security company that hires only off-duty police officers to do traffic control for.
Are you an off-duty police officer?
Yeah.
So who are you with?
Pickaway Sheriff's Office.
Pickaway.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're out of.
They do.
Ohio, and you're here working in Franklin County in Whitehall as an off-duty police officer.
No, I'm working as a security guard. So we do.
No, you're in uniform marked as a police officer. You're working as a police officer right now with a car that has red and blue lights on it.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
I've got some paperwork I can give to you from.
Absolutely, and I'll need to get your information. I've been asked to come up here by my deputy chief and get that.
Okay.
Because here, you.
74-105.
So you want to help over here? I mean, we're finished up with the work anyway, but they offered it, I guess, as special duty to your guys.
No, they did not.
Okay. That's what we were told.
Not at all. Nope. Not at all. And if it gets offered to us, if we pass it, we have to give it to Franklin County.
And they said they offered it to them and they passed too. So.
No, they did not.
Okay.
We're at 712. Okay, that 966 Pierce is a problem house. I think there's a female family.
Where's the car come from?
That comes and goes there. That
Cleveland Watchmen,
the
company that I work for.
I don't remember her first name.
So they're owned by two. It's a not-for-profit agency owned by two Cleveland police officers.
Not bad, sir.
55, copy of 12 for me.
Go ahead.
Henry Paul 7740. Henry Paul 7740. Go ahead and just print that out for me. I'll be out here at Collingwood and Broad talking to this company working up here.
Copy.
Do you have your ID on you by chance so I can get your information? Are you full-time over in Pickaway?
I live in Pickaway, so let's see.
74-105.
So I left the sheriff's office there. I'm going to. I was full-time there. I left full-time as a jail dep there.
So you're not even a police officer?
Currently, I'm starting a new commission with a village up in Richland County. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're not even a police officer.
Copy.
You're currently not a full-time or a part-time police officer anywhere.
Reserve.
Okay, where are you a reserve officer at?
So, give me a second. I'll give you the name of the village because it got hooked up through the company here that I'm working with. So.
Okay, do you have an ID from that village?
Not with me, no.
Not with you?
No.
So you don't have an ID, you don't have a badge. What's the badge you were displaying earlier?
Sorry?
What's the badge you were displaying earlier?
What do you mean?
Do you have a badge?
Yes.
What was that badge you were displaying earlier?
That's my old Pickaway one.
So you have a Pickaway County badge, but you don't work for them?
It's a previous one from there, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You have that with you currently?
Yeah, it's a flex badge.
Can I see that, please?
Yeah. It's not from them. Issued from them. It's previous.
All right.
So.
55 to 63.
Why do I feel like I'm about to actually get
Yeah.
pinned up by you guys for...
Yes, I'm going to need you to stop up here, please. I'm on the KFC lot at Collingwood and Broad. This has gotten much deeper.
What are you on?
Yeah, well, I talked about you earlier, that traffic detail.
Okay.
So the company,
25
the company's trying to get you a reserve commission.
They already got one.
They already got one.
So the guy that owns the company, he's in my unit for the guard, and then another guy that's in my unit is Chief of Police,
Stand by.
Sergeant Proper. And let me call John, who is the command sergeant major in my unit. He's also the
Okay, those are all military people, right?
yeah, but he's the owner of this company. He's the owner of this company. So let me call him.
That's fine.
Hey, John. Okay. So I'm out here in Whitehall.
Yeah, 55. Copy an OL number for me. Tom 995845. Tom 995845. Yeah, print that off for me and hold it.
And 105. Good. Went ahead and did a check on her. Just one possible for theft out of bugs. Good, verified, please. We may try to make contact with this house. Talk to them about the vehicle. It hasn't been 24 hours yet. Coming. -55.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you code 5?
Yeah, I am right at the moment.
Not quite sure what you got up there, but if it's going to be like an impersonation kind of thing, we're right down the road. We can help you with that part of it.
Yeah, actually, both might want to come down here to handle maybe the military end of it.
Okay, we'll be down that way. He's just finishing some notes. One of that. Go ahead. Just FYI, possible was no good. Copy, thank you. I'll be en route to 55.
And 55 to 111. Yeah, you work for Pickway, correct?
Hey, from.
Yeah, why don't you stop over here for me? You might be able to answer a question for me.
Hi, copy. We're en route from 220.
80 to 55. Still 55?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you ran that or not, but he's got a line of duty crash from Banks County.
Yeah, I know. At one point, he might have worked for somebody.
Okay. I don't know all you have. Just let me know.
And 55 to radio.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and if you would, for the screen, just add this company name. This is the fire company that's up here. It's Matrix, Mary, Adam, Tom, Robert, Ida, X-Ray, and then Nora, Adam, Charles.
Okay, initially just kind of did a comment screen. Do you want like a 48A screen?
Yeah, that'll work for now. Just make up a screen and put this all there on it. Are you guys out of Pennsylvania? You guys out of PA?
The company is, but we're.
Okay, I just saw the tag. That's what I was wondering if you guys
Hey,
were
do you know
out.
an Aaron Oakley? I think he used to be a Whitehall cop. Now he's a lineman.
There.
I didn't know if you might know him or not.
No, he could have been one of our auxiliaries. There's a ton of them.
What's going on? I don't understand.
Go ahead and put this around.
He's not a police officer.
Location from 220.
Who's the supervisor?
He's gone.
He's
gone right now. He went to AEP.
That's his
That's his second
back?
command now.
Okay.
I want to say AWP hired him. Did AWP hire you?
Yes. AWP hired. So
AWP or AEP?
AWP.
area wide protective.
Aha, okay, them. Okay.
I've seen you guys may have had problems with them the way you said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the village is Glenmont, Ohio, and I was trying to call the chief just now to have him vouch for it. So, hey George. Okay, so Whitehall Police is here.
I'm pulling up with S55. Copy.
Here. Tell me what's wrong with it.
It's plastic.
Yeah. That's what he was displaying. And he's armed and everything.
Have we taken his firearm or anything off of him?
Not yet. See, this is who he works for, which is, he's in the military.
Yeah, that's screen printed.
He's in the military. The guy who owns his company is his commanding officer, some sergeant, first sergeant, sounds like. All right, and they got hired through this company here, area wide protection. He says he used to work.
It was AWP was on one of those trucks.
Yeah. Well, no, that's them. They're separate. So he says he now works for the village of Glenmont, Ohio. He used to work for Pickaway County. I said, so you're currently not certified anywhere? And he goes, well, I'm a reserve officer. I said, give me an ID or a badge. He said, well, I don't have one because they're trying to get that to do it. So he's over there with his boss, who is a military officer. All these people are related to the military that work for this off-duty.
Where's the military guy?
Well, that's who.
What's up?
Is he is.
All right, real quick. So, this is what he was displaying. It's fake.
That's cool. Well, maybe that's
He is armed.
Okay.
He's fully armed, acting as a police officer. He has a vest on that says police. All right. Now he says that he worked for Pickaway County Sheriff's Office, but he no longer works for them. And I said, well, let me see that badge you were displaying. He said, well, and I said, no, let me see the badge you were just displaying when I pulled up. Because he was showing it to Jeff Hart. So this is what I took off of him. I said, so who do you work for now? And he says, well, I work for a village. I said, well, let me see your ID for them and our badge. He said, well, I don't have any. I said,
For who? Who does he work for?
Well, he finally gave it to me because he had to call his boss, who is the owner, they're all related from the military. They're all in the same military unit together, who is either retired or off-duty Cleveland police officer who started this.
Yeah. But my question is he a police officer?
Well, he's on the phone. He's trying to get a hold of his chief now of this village, who is it's Glenmont, Ohio. But he says this Cleveland police officer, who he works for this company, is trying to get them all reserve commissions through this village. So he's currently not a police officer anywhere.
Okay, so he's not a police officer.
Yeah, he him-hums around about that. He won't give you a direct answer, but he finally said, you are not a police officer anywhere. Well, no, not really. I said, you're not commissioned anywhere. So.
All right, so he's not a police officer.
No.
So, if he is not a police officer and he is working for this company.
Well, they don't know. They basically, so this area-wide protection, as soon as he said that, that's the one I dealt with before with this same exact problem. Area-wide protection hired Cleveland Watchmen, which is off-duty Cleveland and other officers through a military group. It's a group of military people that are officers. They hired them, and he came down. That's why this comes back, I guess, to the company. And it's got red and blues.
Well, here's what I suggest. One of two options. I'll leave it to you. You're the boss out here. But I would say, if he's working for this company and he's not a police officer, we have two options. One, which he can work for a company and he can regulate traffic.
I know, but he worked for them. He worked for Pickwick.
What's his name?
He's got Casey Williams.
Oh yeah.
He's over there. You know
Casey?
him?
Yeah, he was fired from Pickaway.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, he's displaying their badge out here.
That's a maid badge. That's not our badge.
Right. Yeah.
We don't provide those, and we don't approve those.
Well.
Yeah. So you have two options. If he wanted to stay working, he would have to take off.
There.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Right.
I'm still getting used to it.
He's over
there.
So
he's
I would say there's two options.
Hi, Lieutenant. How are you?
I would say you could say, well, if you're going to regulate traffic, you have to take off anything that says police officers, and you cannot turn those lights on if they have a blue light on them, period. Unless that law is changed, only police officers can have blue light.
Okay.
Or you would cite him for having the blue light and charge him with impersonating a police officer. Or, instead of just advising him, you could do both of those things right now if we saw him doing all this stuff that you're saying.
Well, I'm
I don't have an
see
issue
what
with that.
Pickwick County wants to do about this, too.
And if we charge him
He's
with
in panic mode.
if we charge him with that crime and we cite him with that, and we impound that vehicle for the equipment violation, which we could also do, but we don't have to do that, then I'm pretty sure that's going to take care of this process in the future.
Yeah.
Summons him for impersonating a police officer. He's got a badge on him with a claiming to be an officer. They didn't need him hauled around, write all that up about who he is and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, if you want to, he's out here regulating. He's out here it's not impersonating. I think that's the theft offense. Impersonating a police officer. Make sure, if you don't know this, Joe White, there's two different impersonators. There's one called impersonating a police officer, one called personating a police officer. One of them, I think, the impersonating is under the theft section, where you're doing it. I think.
Well, I'm trying to
get
some
before I go that route.
You'd have to see which one applies. I'm not sure about.
Before I go that route, I definitely want to find out if he has a commission with Village of Glenmont. Then yes.
Right, but then but either way, he's not working for them right now, so that light doesn't come on, and he displays nothing that says police. And then I'm okay with that resolution too, if that's where you end up going.
But wouldn't he get a CCW charge too if he didn't have a concealed carry, but he has a home?
Yes.
Well, he's open carrying.
Oh, he's open. It's fine.
But he's in the vehicle.
Not when I haven't seen him in the vehicle. He was out walking around talking to Jeff Hartline.
Well, when we saw him, he was just sitting in the vehicle. So if he had it on him, then it would be a CCW.
Well, it would probably be an improper transport, right?
Yeah,
because
improper handling.
Yeah, improper handling, because he's got it openly displayed at least. But that you're right.
But
that's a good call. That you might have a violation on that of some sort, depending on what he's doing. But if he's out walking around with it, then we don't. But if he's in the vehicle driving, then it's not secure, right? Then you have that also.
All right, let me go.
I'll let you decide, Rex.
All right.
But he might end up with at least secured until we figure it out.
Yeah. Here, give that to Brooke and for now.
Okay, so I can't get a hold of the chief from Richland Township, which is Glenmont.
It's Richland Township.
Yeah.
So it's a township police department,
No,
or
it's
is
the
it
village.
village?
Village in Richland Township. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a village in Richland.
But you have no ID from them,
No,
all right?
no.
And have you ever been sworn in by them?
I've talked to the chief.
No.
that's
I'm
not
asking
what
you
I
a direct
asked.
question. Have you been sworn in
Now,
by
this is very
them?
important you answer this correctly, because being a former police officer or someday a current police officer, you know if you lie in this situation, you go directly to jail.
No, I'm not.
So I'm going to
I'm
put
not,
that right
listen,
out.
I'm not.
So
trying-
if
I'm
you
not,
are telling me you are a police officer right now, is that
I'm-
what you're telling me?
no,
So
no.
you are not a commissioned police officer.
I've spoke with the chief.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Okay.
I'm asking you one question. Are you a commissioned police officer through the state of Ohio?
I have an OPUDA certificate.
That's not what
That's
I'm
not
asking.
what we're asking you.
I'm explaining to you. I have
No, you're not. You're not answering the question. You're avoiding the question. It's very simple. Are you a sworn police officer anywhere in the state of
means
Ohio with
commissioned.
any department?
Not currently.
Okay, that's the
Not that.
question.
Well, I'm.
Not
I'm
currently.
unsure. I'm unsure. I'm unsure.
You can't be unsure.
You can't be unsure.
You would have to raise your hand, swear,
Okay.
sign a form, and you would get
I've talked to
paperwork on that.
Hello.
Talking to the chief is not enough.
Yeah, the chief of police is here. So
So he's not commissioned with a big leg. So that he's not going to get back.
okay. 1 second. Would you be willing to speak to the supervisor from the company,
From
from Watchman?
Watchman?
Yes.
Is he an actual police officer?
You are an actual police officer, correct? Okay. Okay. Yes, he is. Where are you commissioned at?
It doesn't matter. He's not here doing anything.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's the superintendent of the state highway patrol. That's irrelevant to the situation. So you can talk to him if you
I
want,
will.
Rex, but I got no.
Yeah. Hello? Yeah, this is Sergeant Atkins with the Whitehall Police Department. Okay. Well, the issue is that we have a off-duty officer, or not an off-duty officer, a person acting as an off-duty officer with a semi-marked vehicle. It's red and it's black and white. It doesn't have any police markings on it, but it does have red and blue lights on it that were being displayed out on one of our main thoroughfares, Broad Street, okay, with a gentleman wearing a vest that's marked police and a full duty belt with a badge that says Pickaway County Sheriff's Office, stating he's working special duty here in the city of Whitehall. All right. Now the issue is that this company that works for AEP, they never contacted us about any special duty, all right, to work. And I know the lady at AEP because I deal with her all the time, and she always contacts me if they have something here in Whitehall that they need special duty for. There. So.
And I asked about this because I did. I really did. I promise you. Okay. I promise you guys 110%. I am not.
And I've had this same issue with AWP before. So I'm not putting the blame totally on you or anything like that with the Cleveland Watchman group, but AWP has tried this before, and then they say, well, no one wants to work. Well, that's not true. Okay, we have our own special duty officers that work these traffic details, okay, and if we can't get it, we contract with the sheriff's office here locally. There.
No, who sent you? Jess sent you clear.
Good.
No.
But Casey.
It says that until I got the new one from the new agent. Attorney General give you You're impersonating this person, right? Not okay. I literally someone else put this on. I put it on. I'm not. That's what we call sexual. You guys, be honest.
Okay, he is not a commissioned officer. Actually, I have a female officer here that worked for Pickaway County that now works for us, and she said that Casey was fired from them. All right. However, he's out here in a full duty belt with a police vest with police markings on it, displaying a badge that says Pickaway County. And it's not a real badge anyway. It's a fake plastic badge that someone's had made. Oh yeah, because we're deciding now if what we're going to take him on, if we're going to take him. And this vehicle belongs to who? Because he says it belongs to the company. Okay. Oh, I understand that. He's not commissioned through anybody right now. He can't even tell. He says it's Richland Township. And I said, well, is it a township or is it a village? He said, well, it's a village. I said, well, it's one or the other. I said, you know, it's either a township police department, a village police department, a city police department. You tell me. And so we got down to the nitty gritty and we just flat asked him, are you a sworn officer with any place in the state of Ohio, any department? I don't care if it's a township, a village, a city, what? He says, well, I have a POTA certificate. I said, I didn't ask that. I said, are you a sworn police officer? And he said, no.
Which doesn't matter. I mean, he's not displaying that kind of stuff. He's displaying that one, and we know he's not part of that. Right.
Lieutenant himself would like
I haven't had a chance.
Because they're going to handle it on their end as well. As far as they want to.
Okay. What's your first name again? I'm sorry.
He's displaying midway from the sheriff's office after his dismissal from there. Because he was under investigation.
Dare?
That's why he left.
That doesn't surprise me.
He worked in the jail. He never worked for us.
All right. And what's a phone number for the company or a way I can get a hold of you if I need to?
Right. The biggest issue is he's not.
Okay.
No,
that's all right. Just so I have a number to go on. All right. Yeah. Let me talk to the other, find out what's going on here, and I will call you, give you a call back. All right, and let you know. If he does.
Perfectly fine.
Well, here's the question: if he does end up going with us, all right. What do you want to do with this vehicle?
Yeah, we drove by and I seen him sitting there knocked out, sleeping. And he told me they were hired.
I understand. Let me figure it out and call you back, and I'll let you know. Ready?
He said they're flagsmen. Yeah, but I know. Is the one that hired reached out and hired him.
All right, I'm gonna leave it to you.
Yeah, he
no
says,
matter what, we're gonna do a code 1 on it, right?
Yeah, he says that I just talked to the owner of this company. He says that this area-wide protection contacted them, all right, and said we have a detail in Columbus that we can't get covered. Can you guys do it? He said, I was not aware it was in. He goes, I'm from Cleveland. I don't know your jurisdictional boundaries down there. He said, I was told it was in Columbus and they did not want it and were not available. And I explained how we do it. He says, I understand. I totally understand what you mean, that it's in your jurisdiction and you contact the county if not. He said, he's never met this guy. He says, I've never met him. He goes, I was advised through other people that he worked for the village of Glenmont and he had a commission with them. He goes, and we hired him because he lived down there. He goes, I would never have sent. He goes, this is their car. He said, we maintain our own fleet of cars up here because we work mostly up here in Cleveland area. He goes, I would have never sent him 5 hours away with one of our cars if I didn't know he wasn't a police officer. He goes, I'm being, and I said, all right, I understand that.
All right, well, he's getting hold of the chief of that department. So we'll verify there that he's not that one and he's not that one, obviously.
And he does not have a CCW.
I'm okay with whichever route you go with it. I mean, he doesn't have a CCW, so I'm okay if you want to write it and then just put a stop to it, or if you want to charge him. I don't care what.
All right.
55, you good if we clear them?
Yeah, what does...
You need any more, Rex?
No. No thanks. What does... Did you contact Pickway?
I did. I talked contact lieutenant.
All right. What was their take on it? What did they?
He said absolutely not. He's left a while. He left before I left because he was under investigation and he was going to be dismissed. So he chose to quit before that investigation ended.
Did they get all their badges back?
Yes, that's a made one.
I know, but that's what I'm saying, because when I initially asked him, he said he had a Pickway County badge.
That one.
Well, and that's when I said show me.
Yeah, it has to be checked off. When you leave, you have to turn in your ID.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
So, yes,
I want to make sure he does not have anything else on him.
No, so he probably because he worked in the jail, he never worked the road. So when he worked in the jail, our deputies still get the deputy badges. So he probably scanned, because that looks like it's just a sticker. So he probably scanned that, had that pre-made before he left, turned in all his stuff, and then left. Which Lieutenant's requesting a copy of the report as well, because he's pretty pissed off that he's representing Pickway County.
I understand. All right. Yeah, you guys are good then. Right. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Captain's supposed to call me back from Belmont or wherever.
From
Glenmont.
Glenmont.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's supposed to call me back. Just so I can verify that. I just need to narrow it down. So.
If he's not, then that answers that.
So can I talk to you before you make any decisions here?
Give me one minute. We're going to verify one more thing with. All right, and then I will let you know. Yeah, if you just want to hang out by the car, that'd be great.
I did get him to verify that he did have the gun on him while he was sitting in the cruiser. So it's up to you what you want to do. I'm still going to take a report on it so I can send it to Pickway. But it's really up to you what you want to do with that.
I think we've kind of ruined his career anywhere. This company's going to fire him anyway. I just talked to the owner. He's like, no, we were not aware of that. No. And I said, well, what do you want to do with this car? And he said, well, we'll have to send people down there if he gets arrested. So I told him I'd call him back.
Well, I even told him, I was like, if you would have been upfront with us from the get-go, I was like, we would be more willing to work with you. I was like, but it took my deputy chief to get in your face for you even to say anything.
Yeah.
And so he was like, yeah, well, I started yesterday. I was like, they could have written a memo and you could have just been in a private capacity. I'm like, what made you put on the badge? I said, you didn't have to put on a badge. You could have had your gun readily available and you could have had handcuffs. I was like, but the thing is, the only thing you could do is citizen's arrest.
Hey, Casey, when were you sworn in at Glenmont?
So, he's not.
He's not. He's never been sworn in.
So I talked to the chief. He was supposed to take care of it.
So you talked to the chief today?
Not yet.
Chief Proper?
No, I was just trying to call him.
You were just trying to call him?
For what?
Do you have his phone number?
Yes.
What is his phone number? If I give you a phone number, can you verify that, Cap?
330-600-2000.
330-60. When was this supposed to happen if it didn't happen now?
I was supposed to be this week to finish everything, paperwork and everything.
We'll go back.
I was told it's good. I have the chief's word. And I went on a man's word. That's what it is.
You went on a man's word. You don't have any documentation. You see the issue.
No, I do. And that's why I'm trying my best to call the chief. I can't get a hold of him.
Because we're not exactly in business of just
I understand.
letting people come out here and say we're all the same, one team, one fight, right? You're not
we
even
may have
hired.
to, because he doesn't have a CCW permit, right?
And then he was riding the vehicle. Like that might.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at, Cap.
Okay.
I appreciate it. I just wanted to nail it down for my report. Williams, C-A-S-E-Y.
Hello.
Last name Williams, and he said he was told by.
Hello. Yeah.
But originally he was sworn in with you guys.
They're calling Prober, which is the guy that the staff sergeant from the bar.
Let me go grab my car.
Sergeant Major Ball had.
Do you guys have more work you're going to be doing on Broad Street today?
On the road here? No, we're aware of with this job, I believe. Well, we don't know if we're going to be on this road or where we're going to be on this one. He's getting our boss is getting us a new work packer right now, so I don't know exactly where it will be, but I'm sure we're not going to be on.
We're not going to have them
today.
Probably not.
Oh,
Definitely, I could say no. Definitely not.
oh, okay.
I don't want to take him to jail, but I'm definitely going to take him in and summons him probably. All right. Unless did we get any information? Unless Glenmont says that he has a.
Glenmont, the captain said he's going to text the chief. He said that is a number to the chief, he says, but it's like 1 and 2. It'd be like the chief and one of the deputy chiefs. He was like, no. He's like, I've never even heard of him.
Well, here's the thing.
He was like, he said he may very well be in process, and maybe somebody knew him, recommended him.
Well, he's in the guard with the chief, is what it sounds like. So
with the chief himself?
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like the chief of this PD is his sergeant in the guard.
Okay.
So.
But he should still understand he's not the police.
And
he's been commissioned as a police officer.
And the only thing that ruined it for him is probably that Pickaway County badge. Because when he displayed that to Jeff Hart and all that, and he was wearing it around his neck, sorry. All right? You knew you didn't work for Pickaway. You got fired. They took everything. You turned everything back in. All right? So, yeah. We can, yeah.
I think it's an impersonation, in my opinion. But
and we'll park his car. I'll call the owner of the company back and tell them they can come pick up their cruiser. And
is the company still all the way in Cleveland?
Yeah. So
he drove all the way to Cleveland because he lives in Ashville, or does he live up that way?
I don't know how he got the car, but the company owner said yes. I would not have sent a guy 5-hour round trip with one of our cars. So he must have drove to Cleveland at some point, picked up one of their cars on a 5-hour trip to come down here. He goes, I was told by area-wide protection that this was a Columbus detail and Columbus didn't want it.
Yeah, and that's fine, but at some point in time,
he goes, he's never met this guy.
Yeah, but how do they, that's what I'm saying, how do they verify people's commission?
Well, that's the problem. It sounds like they're not exactly.
Yeah, because then did you say, hey, you can't have red and blue lights?
Well, up in Cleveland, this guy, the owner of the company works for Cleveland. He says, we mostly work around here in Cleveland, which I can't believe Cleveland officers are happy with that, are happy with one of their own starting a company and undercutting their special duty. But that's what it sounds like they did.
They may not have the ability to cover it. Either.
That could be. But he hires nothing but off-duty officers. Now he may hire.
Well, because they had that FBI thing that stepped in there a little while.
Yeah, and they may have hired like townships and villages around Cleveland.
I live in an area that doesn't make any money, and found a good paying job, and I was told by the guys, like, hey, we'll take care of a commission, we'll get it taken care of, it's no big deal. I come out here, yeah, I was told, hey, you can start, make some money. That's all I was trying to do. Please do not, I'm asking you for courtesy, man to man. Please do not ruin my career. Please, please, please.
I think you did that kind of on your own, Casey.
Please.
All right. The Pickaway County, you knew you didn't work for Pickaway County. You displayed that badge. All right. You're out here acting in law enforcement capacity, displaying a badge that you have no right to have, or a facsimile of a badge. That's not even a real badge. Yeah. You were aware of that.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not real.
Okay. So, all right, you're going to be charged.
Oh, seriously?
I'm serious. Okay. Now we're going to be nice about this. Okay. And we're going to take you over, and you can take your gun belt off, and you can set it on the hood of that car, okay? And we're going to take you in. We don't have to handcuff you. This officer is going to pat you down, all right? And we'll let you out, all right, on a summons, all right? Now,
are we too far for me to?
We're
Listen,
okay.
It's completely deceptive.
Here's the problem. You don't understand that right now we can charge you for improperly handling in a vehicle. I can charge you for impersonating a police officer. All right, there's tons of charges.
What are you charging me?
Here, well, probably the impersonation of a police officer.
So the best thing to do right now is to just take off the belt.
Yeah, and I'm
all right, so let's step over here and take care of that first.
Smith, right here. Right here.
All right.
Take off the belt, then I'm going to sue.
You don't have anything else on you, do you?
No.
All right.
Just
don't reach in. All right, you should know the drill.
Don't interlock. Like you're praying.
Okay.
Like you're praying. Don't interlock.
Can I call my supervisor before
We will get a chance. I'm going to call the owner of the company, you mean? The guy I spoke with? I'm going to talk to him. He gave me his number, said to call him back. Okay. All right.
Which one? The one that you talked to on the phone on
George?
my phone?
Yeah.
No, the owner is John Ball.
Well, George is who I'm going to call back because he's the one
He's just the supervisor.
Okay.
John is the owner. John's the one that talked to Sergeant Proper, who was supposed to help me up.
But you never talked to Sergeant Proper.
I did talk to Sergeant Proper, yes.
You know,
a whistle.
Whistle runs in it.
Yeah.
This is gun belt, but we're just going to lock this up so he can't take it.
Yeah, we'll just take that in.
Can we discuss another charge at least?
All right. Where are the keys to this car? Where's the keys to this car?
Is it with your regular keys?
Is it with your regular?
Yeah, they're on my regular.
Do you have a property back?
I don't. There might be one in the back of that.
Hey, I put his belt down in your floorboard, and then I unloaded the gun. The gun's in the holster, but his magazine's on your seat, just because I have literally zero storage, and he's in my seat that I put stuff in, and I'm in the passenger seat.
No problem. We'll see if he wants his stuff out of this car, because I think the company's going to probably come back down here and get this.
Where did you work?
Yes, sir. DB advocate just called in here. Said that a Maggie Hall's been around here. Just came from court, and she's pretty upset. She's concerned about his family being at the apartment when she tried to go get her belongings.
Okay. Guessing she wants to stand by for property. Is that what it sounded like to you?
Yeah, that's right. And she wants us to make sure that we're watching for her coming in, not sure if the family's going to follow her.
55 to radio. Yeah, I copped part of that traffic there. Is that the one over on Fountain Lane?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yep, 55 to L74.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that was at Code 3 from yesterday, where they went up to New Albany to locate. They had all the handguns. I believe it was part of the agreement, or they were going to make an agreement with the protection order that he surrender those, or they collect them from the apartment. That may be what it's about.
Hey, is the trunk button in the glove box there?
74 radio, when she shows up, you can just, I'm not aware of anything special that needs to go on. You can just have an officer handle that as normal.
It's been a while since I've... Oh, there it is.
I'm just gonna take all his.
Yeah, take care. Oh my God.
It says you got a rifle.
All right. And it's loaded, right? Okay, we're not gonna, yeah. Take all his stuff and you can throw it in my car.
Okay. I'll put it in the back of yours. I'm just throwing everything in the back.
Hey, I think you're just gonna have to go the full course.
Yeah, so I think it's 5 long.
Yeah, it's beyond that. I'm gonna go ahead and park this here. I'll call the company. They can come get it. I'll lock it up. Here's his keys. Yeah, go ahead and take him in. Do a interview on him. Mirandize him. Do an interview. Basically, same questions you were asking.
I'd rather not.
You got it.
No, but here's not that. Here's what I said. Why don't we have this towed to our lot, where it's at least semi sort of secure, like where we can watch it, it's on camera.
And then we can probably put it in the basement.
Well, no, we just as long as it's on the lot.
Okay.
All right, yeah, let's do that. Good idea.
I just would hate that somebody come jack up their car.
Especially since it does have red and blues. All right.
What's that? Well, things change. We try to do the reasonableness test here, but listen, man, there's just way too much. You've got a code in there that doesn't belong to you. That's got deputy sheriff stuff on there. You got a loaded rifle. You're a traffic guy, man. That's all your detail's going to be. What active shooter situation you going into that you need to carry a loaded rifle and rifle plates? Listen, this is all because we're trying to look cool, whatever. I get it. Well, you're completely in the wrong. That's all I can tell you. Go ahead and put your foot in there.
Yes. Are you serious?
Do you have your
Our
supervisor?
boss is headed here now if you need to talk to him.
That'll work. I'll talk to him.
You get here quick. He says you're getting locked up next.
Please, I'm begging.
Now, he'll tell you right now. He hung up.
Don't tell him to break no laws getting here, all right? I got enough going on.
You need to mess
He'll
with
come in
him.
here sideways.
Please, he'll cry. He's that kind of person.
It's already starting out to be a long day.
Sir, do I need to fill out a tow slip for it?
We probably, is that one his? Oh yeah. It had the red and white tag on it.
I got it. It's
Okay. Yes, we'll have to, because we'll have to give the tow company one.
Okay.
So how far away is John?
Did he tell you he was in a guard unit, Joe?
Huh?
Did he tell you he was in a guard unit? He said a guard unit, right? That's what I said, yeah. So supposedly now, I wasn't speaking.
Hey, before you do your before you do that, just he's gonna keep talking. Just reach. Obviously. Yep. You understand? Doesn't have to be verbatim. You just have to cover the key points. Cards. Yep.
I just said just transporting that. Getting this stuff away from the car.
That way, if you utter something or whatever, now spontaneous utterance is an utterance, I'm sure you can explain that, but, you know, that way if you got that burning question that comes right after he says it, you're in the right. So.
Okay. You have to separate.
I knew, like I said, when we drove by, I just had a weird feeling. Like I said, I'm not in the business of, you know, sidebar investigating potential police officers. Because you don't think, like, what's the... Like, I could see somebody pulling this, like, somewhere crazy, but, like, in the middle of a municipality, like...
Well, and that guy said, he goes, I was told it was Columbus. He goes, we'd have never done this. All right, he goes, he goes, trust me, I work for Cleveland. I understand jurisdiction. I understand that whole thing. He goes, I understand, you don't step on other. He goes, up here we work with all the departments around us and stuff. And I said, that's not, I'm not blaming it all on you. What I'm saying is that it's good.
Yeah. Dude, he's got...
It kept just getting going. He's got a loaded rifle and everything.
Yeah.
With the
rifle plates.
A fake badge, a jacket that has deputy sheriff patches on it from Pickway. He got fired from there.
Said he was commissioned with the Glenmont Village. Called them and they're like, never heard of it. And then he was like, well, I mean, it was supposed to be done this week. I was going off a man's word. Like, you don't just get to be a police officer going off somebody's word. Like, and he's been commissioned like
Old Chrisman said he's going to hire me, so I've pretty much got me.
He's been commissioned at 3 other places, and it's like, huh?
Charging with the CCW?
No, he had the improper, but I think we're just going to go. Yeah. I mean, because it's open carry is on a sip other than being in the car where you got the improper, but I mean, it's up to him, but I mean, I think it's just impersonating a police officer.
Definitely that.
And then leave it up to Pickway County to charge him.
That's how much I
Leave it up to Pickway County to charge him if they want for theft.
I just heard I drove by earlier and I'm like, can you have red and blue lights? And I'm like, I don't think
now,
you can.
That's interesting. Is that going to be
these guys
Could they do a felony theft?
They knew nothing. Well, we're honestly, we're gonna have to probably get back into the station so I can start looking and reading some of these, because these are gonna be like
ones that
yeah,
you gotta deal with.
like the red and blue lights on this car is a violation.
Who's this car registered to?
The car belongs to the company, and the company is in Cleveland. And I talked to a supervisor at the company.
And he actually works for them.
He does. He says, I've never met him. He says, somebody else hired him. I know who you're talking about. And he goes, I was told that he worked for a village close to up here.
He's just all over the place.
And he goes, trust me, he goes, I would have never had somebody drive 5 hours, back and forth, because he pays him for that, to go clear down to Columbus to work a detail that we're not even supposed to be working. So yeah. So I think I got to deal with this supervisor here real quick.
How's it going?
All right. Are you the guy I'm supposed to take to jail?
Yeah.
Hey, they all said take you to jail. Except for yours. All right. So real quick.
Yeah, what's up with that dude?
He is not a certified police officer in the state of Ohio anyway.
That's crazy.
He is acting in the capacity. He had a fake badge, sheriff's badge. He had a loaded rifle. He's wearing a gun belt with a loaded gun. He's wearing a vest that says police officer. He has a car that has red and blue lights on it. Now, he works for a company that can do that up in Cleveland. So he's going to jail. We're going to impound the car. So you're kind of losing your thing. All right. We've had this issue once before with area-wide protection.
Yeah.
All right. Stepping in to a jurisdiction, because we work special duty.
Yeah. That's what I called. They said they can't get no cops.
They never even called us.
Yeah.
I'm
just done with the area-wide.
Area-wide, because I know the lady at AEP, and normally she calls
Regina?
us direct. Yeah, Regina.
Yeah,
She
that's
calls
who I
me.
deal with, but
Regina normally calls me or the other sergeant directly and says, "Hey, we're going to be working in your area. It's one of our contractors." I mean, we've done it for tons of contractors for AEP.
Well, see, my contact AEP, who I was just with, who I go through, he said, "Hey, instead of going through Regina," he said, "just call area-wide. They've been getting us cops." But I don't know if it's been this guy or not, you know what I mean? So usually that's who I go to is Regina. And
she's the best one to go to because she knows all the jurisdictions. She knows all of us. She knows all of us here in Franklin County.
Yeah, because usually we get, that's why I told Brian, well, we had 2 cops cancel on us yesterday, the day before, and I said, call Whitehall. I said, I see him driving around all the time, so why not call Whitehall?
Now, the problem is, are you guys done out here?
Yeah, we'll be done out here. I'm going to go, I'll have these guys go in and do some other stuff, but we'll be done out there.
Okay, I mean, if you need, we can probably get you some stuff, not like this short of notice, but if you need somebody next week or something.
Yeah, I finished this job up this morning when we did this outage. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And I just wanted to give you a heads up. Very trouble.
So is he like impersonating an officer?
Yeah. He used to work for a sheriff's department, but they got rid of him. Yeah. And that's who he's got their stuff still.
Man, he was out there fucking yelling at cars, and I mean, I thought he was like, but I seen his car this morning and it was like,
yeah. Now the car belongs to a company out of Cleveland.
Yeah, it just still doesn't look like it's.
No.
This doesn't look like it's put
well, you
together.
can't put. Now he could come, and so you guys know in the future, so so you're not saying like, oh, why'd these cops? Like, he could have bought that car at an auction, and he could put all yellow lights on it and sit behind you guys and work traffic as a private citizen. All right.
You can't have the blue and red, right?
But you can't have the blue and red.
So is this company illegal for having blue and red?
They are. All right, and they know it. All right, but that's why they stay up in Cleveland. Why they sent somebody down here, I don't know. Because they can't do what they hit with.
Why are they allowed to in Cleveland?
Well, probably because they all work for Cleveland. Cleveland PD just ignores it. I'm not saying that. All right, but that could be it. All right,
Yeah, that's crazy. How'd you guys know?
Well, one of our officers went by and saw it and goes, "That's not one of our cars. We don't even have cars anymore."
Yeah.
And he goes, so he stopped and talked to him. And he was asleep in the car. He was sitting behind your truck, asleep in the car. So he gets up and he talks to him. He says, "Hey," and he had the gun on. Is this dog getting overheated? Oh, man. So yeah, they drove by, they talked to him, and they just went, this doesn't seem right. So they came in, asked me, because I do all this stuff. I said, no, nobody contact us for work, especially on Broad Street. I said, well, you may want to go out there and check with him. So when I got out, he was talking to our street superintendent, wearing the badge and everything. I walk up there, and I asked him directly, and he just started giving me, like, he wouldn't answer me. I finally got down to the nitty gritty. I'm like, hey, you have a gun on you. I'm saying, you need to be honest with me. He finally said, yeah, I don't want to. And we have an officer that used to work for Pickaway Sheriff's Office, and we brought her over, and she said, yeah, I know him. And she goes, I said, this him? She goes, yeah, he got fired. And I said, well, what's it? She goes, yeah, that's one of those fake. So he has a classic badge.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Until I tell Carmen this. They called Brian and tell him, who the fuck is sitting me out here?
Yeah, so all right. Well, we're not gonna hold you guys up any then or anything like that. And as long as you guys are done, and I don't have to worry about, because Mike, I don't want to get you guys out there and get you hit. I mean, I can get you somebody to at least.
No, we're good.
All right.
It's done. Had to raise all that stuff up.
Sounds
Appreciate
good.
it, sir.
No problem. Thank you. All right, he gave all the right answers, so
Damn it, sir.
he's like, oh, were they? Wait a minute, let's negotiate.
See you guys.
See you now. Did the car overheat? Yeah, is that what it was?
No, where he put that sensor in, it's a metal sensor, and it sits close to that box. Anytime the sun
box
comes
gets
through, it instantly, and he's got it set real low. I need him to set it up higher to like 90, because it's set at like 75.
Oh yeah, that's gonna kick on all the time.
Yeah. So it's
the dog's probably in there going, hey, wasn't me.
Frank is Frank, and I know he's got a lot going on, and he does a good job, but he is overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look in there, I was having trouble marking on my radio a while back. Well, it wasn't just my mic, it's the radio. So Wednesday's the next availability. He's got to try to fix it. So I undid my mic because the mic had a little bit of an issue, but it's screwed down. So he was like, oh, I don't have my Torx bits with me. I'll get with you. And I seen him a couple times. He's like, oh, I still don't have it. I'll get a hold of you. And he didn't get a hold of me, so I have the old mic still screwed down and just hangs in my overflow with my new mic. Yeah. They didn't have like equipment in here, did they?
No, I didn't see. There's some like charger stuff in the glove box. That was it. And then this coat in the trunk with some caution tape.
I think it's just caution tape.
No, it's actually police sign tape in it. I don't mean that. Hold on. Nope, caution. Another license plate that's not the same one that's on this thing. Do we have Eastland now?
Yeah, we have a bunch of caution tape.
55, the tow trucks here.
What is that, EOU?
Yeah, EOU 9698.
How you doing today, sir?
Alrighty, hey, this is going back to our station.
It's going to your station?
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll just take it and we can park it. It doesn't have to be in the basement.
Okay.
We can just park it somewhere else. So if you just drop it out back, we have a key. We can move it to where we need it. All right, because the company's going to come pick it up. All right. So we'll give you the thing with all their information. We'll give you a contact for the company, and they can square up with you guys then on that.
Okay. Sign this here. I
a good pen broke, so I'm using a
I get it.
one now.
If I had to pay for them, who knows what I'd have. That's why I like the police department. I can just go get them out of the cabinet.
I've got about 9,000 of them sitting in my nightstand. I grab one I use every day, came to work, click it in the end, just shot a mark. I'm like, great. That's what kind of day it's going to be.
I said, if you want to move it out where you can get into it either, that's fine.
If I can get it facing this way, that'd be great. Real quick.
All right.
We'll just hold on to the release, right? Because we want to verify that somebody from that company's picking it up.
Yeah, he'll just need his copy. And then I'll call the company and they can square up with Eastland. All right, we good?
Yep. Can we go back and start slating?
Yeah, you can go back. I'll wait till he hooks up and I'll.
Do you want to hold this for whatever reason?
Yeah, because I'll call. I'm going to call them.
Add something.
I'm going to call them anyway.
Are the keys still in it?
Yeah, they're on the seat.
Sure, I can't go for just one little joyride? Is that why it's being taken?
Well, he's not a certified police officer.
Wait a minute, this is a real world drive, isn't it?
Yeah, should be.
That's all just $30 instead of trying to go around again. I'll just turn it around.
Whatever's easy.
None of it's easy. Easy would be home enjoying a beer.
Yeah, especially on a day like today.
Oh, yeah. But tonight I can't even do that when I get off because I'm on call tonight.
Oh, you get the same thing we get.
I usually only do Sunday nights, but one of our guys just had a kid last night into this morning. He asked me to cover for him so he could spend a couple days with him, so